This isn't gonna work well.
It's fun.
We are right in the middle of dismantling my layout and gutting my hobby room because we are moving to a new place and we're gonna start over from scratch. I'd like to invite you to join me on that journey starting right now. Hey, welcome to It's My Railroad, the how-to show for regular people. On this show, we celebrate regular people building their model railroads because, quite frankly, I'm just a regular guy and I'm building a model railroad, doing the best I can in the present circumstances. Anyway, we sure have a lot of fun here on this channel. A lot of great stuff happening with the It's My Railroad community. So if you're into that kind of thing, why not just subscribe? And then don't forget to push that little bell icon so you can catch future videos. So rail fans, let's get into this. If you've been following along, you know that we bought a new house, which means my old hobby room's got to get gutted so we can move to the new place and basically start over on a whole new hobby room, a whole new layout. It's so exciting. What's not exciting is the whole moving process. If you've moved before, you know what I'm talking about. Try adding a model railroad move to that. Sadly, we're not able to save a whole bunch of the BrownSmith Railroad relative to the bench work, but we are saving the logging camp and coal mine scene, and of course all the structures, rolling stock, and yada, yada, yada. So we are very excited about what's coming up relative to building a new layout in our new train room that's about 4 times the size. Oh my God, though. Whew, I'm losing my mind over this thing right now. Anyway, what we're gonna look at today is me doing some more tearing out of that railroad with one key thing. If you guys remember, I've been talking about this thing being sectional in case I ever had to move. Well, I had to move. So we'll see how well those plans work relative to just unbolting and pulling the sections apart and hauling them off. There's also one scene in the middle that's kind of tragic. That you're gonna just have to watch and see because I don't want to spoil it for you. Don't let the smile fool you people. Anyway, so without further ado, I am going to take you back over to the hobby room and we're gonna continue tearing out that layout and getting it cleaned up and ready to move right now. All right, so moment of truth time. This is where this part of the layout separates, straight back through here. So I've got this turnout and this turnout in the way, kind of soldered a little bit here and there, and I don't really want to invest the time right now to unsolder that and pull it out. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to go way back to here and snip, 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 and get all 3 of those turnouts out of there. And you know, maybe someday I can clean them off and salvage them, but it's been my luck that I probably won't be able to. So what we're gonna do is just snip them all out. Well, there you go. Let's see if we can get these out by hand. Well, that curved turnout may still come, oh, look at that. I might still be able to use that. We'll hold on to that one. So I may have shown this to you before, but you see I've got that bolt right there. And quite frankly, I guess I just put one in. I got to pull that bolt out. I got to get this LED lighting out of the way. And well, I still got to snip the track up top too. So let me get all that done and then we'll get a wide shot. You can watch me lift this thing up and see what happens. All right, so I got it unbolted. I've got all the track cut. I've got the turnouts pulled out. I got all the wiring cut out of the way. The only thing holding this thing together right now is its own sheer force of will and a little bit of Sculptamold on top. So Now, I've been talking about this in this room for like 2.5 years. I should be able to go over there and lift up on one side and watch the scenery just disassemble on this end. So we're gonna do that now. I've got a little close-up cam there so you can get all the action. Let's see what happens. And okay, well, it seems to have cracked right along here. And it wants to come apart. This is a little bulbous right here. I think that's keeping it from actually coming apart. But it's doing what we want it to do. What do we got in the way of a saw around here, people? I'm gonna run out and grab my keyhole saw and just hack into that hillside just a little bit. Well, I don't know what the hell happened to my keyhole saw, but I got the hobby saw. Let's see what happens when we use the hobby saw, shall we? Yeah, that made short order of it. Let's see if we can get it to come apart. I think we need to pry it apart. Oh, look at that. Cork road bed and crap, I think. Hobby saw. Hobby saw fell apart. Putting hobby saw back together. Yeah, you know, come the end of the day, cork road bed doesn't just break, does it? You gotta cut it. Hobby saw. To make that work, gonna cut out some more track. Because sometimes you just have to. Let's see what happens now. Whoa! The whole layout's coming off the wall. Holy crap. Oh my God. Oh well, son of a gun. I got 2 drywall screws in right here holding my expansion to my expansion across the gap. What was I thinking? You guys remember the movie The 10 Commandments? Where the Red Sea parted? Red Sea is parting, people. I think this piece is ready to come right off. I'm gonna take it off and then take it outside. All right, so I took the first piece of the layout off. I took it outside. And now it's kind of big decision time. And I think I've made up my mind with what I want to do, but something I need to show you. Way over here, I have a joint that was for this little corner section to pull out. But as you can see, we kind of built the logging camp over that section. And I got a cool little creek right here, and I don't want anything to happen to it. So, because we're trying to keep all this together. So what that basically means then is somewhere over here, we have to cut the layout. Now, I need to get at least past this point, I think, because I got this cool little sort of dry creek feature here. And if you guys watched the video where I installed that, it came out really cool. It looks awesome. And I'm hoping to extend the logging camp or blend it into whatever's new. So I'm not going to show it to you, but underneath, right here, I've got a piece of wood, a piece of framing that supports the layout right here. And I think if we cut it on that side of it, then later on we can, you know, clean that up and use it or something. What that means though is this sort of riser track to my cold trestle is going to get wasted basically. And then I'm going to have to snip that track and run a Sawzall down through there. Now, like we've been saying, this port's not going to get saved for the new layout, but I'm not certain if we're just going to throw it away, you know. I don't think I want to just throw all this crap away just yet. I've got a lot of time in it, and I kind of enjoy, well, I kind of enjoyed the time. Anyway, so I think real quick what I'll do is go through and snip this track back up in here somewhere in our brand new canyon that we made, and just sort of snip this piece back here, break out the riser to the coal trestle, and then get the Sawzall out and just wholesale slaughter right through that layout. So let's get that done and see where we go from there. Holy crap. We just had like a massive earthquake up here at the logging camp. I'm glad I took all those details and stuff off because everything was vibrating around. And one of my guys gave me this Sawzall to use today, and he gave me a dull blade. And so it was having a hard time getting through. But as you can see, it's been severed. And now the idea is to gently take this piece off the layout and we'll get it out of here. I don't really know where it's going to go right now because it can't stay here. So let me figure that out and I'll get back to you. Well, there you go. The logging camp and coal mine pretty much survived this first phase of the operation. One of the details fell off from the vibration of the saw, whatever, but that is kind of what I was hoping for. One piece comes out, I can carry it by myself. So I think I'll go through and take the other piece off the top deck. I might have to cut it into two, I don't know. And get that out here, and that will be it for tonight. So I think next time we see each other, I'm gonna be moving this into my office a couple miles down the road. So I guess we'll see you then. Well, good morning. It's the next day after bringing all this stuff out here. I've had some sleep. I am pumped coming off an episode of Track Smack. It's November 17th. Really great show today. Anyway, but now back to work. I'm gonna take all this stuff. I'm gonna put it in my truck. We're gonna drive it over to my office and offload it. So without further ado, let's get on it. Well, it's just a little bit on the heavy side. I had Cindy Brown, the first lady of Model Railroad, help me move this out of the hobby room, but I am moving this myself this morning. I was looking to have a Model Railroad driving down the freeway. This ought to be fun. Whoa, whoa. I got it, I got it. Boom, piece number one. This piece is easy. All right, and now for the piece we care the very most about. Oh, load this in without damaging it. And I think we might be able to do it. Well, I have a Model Railroad in the pickup truck. Isn't that exciting stuff? I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. So that's it. I'm gonna get my keys, I'm gonna get in this truck. We're going to the shop. So as I'm driving along here, can't go too fast because if I floor it, I'm afraid we'll lose the layout right out the back of the truck. So we're gonna be a little gentler. Incidentally, we'll take this time to say that layout just fell over. So anyway, just came to a quick stop here. Part of the layout in the bed just fell over onto the logging camp. I'm not certain what I'm gonna find when I get to the shop. All that time to protect the logging camp, I may have just wasted it. Good times were had by all. I guess we'll see when we get over there. Well, folks, we're here at the office, and I'm not certain I want to get out and see what kind of damage was done back there in the back of the truck, but I can't sit here all day, so let's just see what happened. Oh, yes! It's just barely even touching the trees. Everything is intact. Oh my, God loves me. Oh, this is awesome. Well, that is totally cool. Even though this part of the layout fell down, it hit the bed of the truck on the side, the top of the bed, and did not do any significant damage. My bridges are still intact. Got a problem with a pine tree here I can reset. If it had gone down any more, even that much more, it would have been catastrophic, but it came out okay. So back on track, as it were. Right here is the door to my warehouse. I'm gonna open that up. We're gonna take this stuff inside and thank our lucky stars that it wasn't worse. This is my shop. It's where all the magic happens. Hey, welcome to my office in the temporary home of the BrownSmith Railroad. We'll just set switch junction right here. I probably should have got some help moving this. This piece is heavy. And then the piece we're keeping intact. Well, there you go. The temporary home of the BrownSmith Railroad while we move. Speaking of moving, we got to go to the new place, do some stuff, and then later on, going to come back and tear out deck number 2. So we'll see you then. And we're back in the new studio. Hey, so there you go. That was pretty exciting stuff. If you've never had one piece of your layout fall over on top of a really cool piece of your layout, just watching it happen in the rearview mirror, you don't know what you're missing. That really scared the crap out of me, to tell you the truth. But luckily, all salvageable. Not salvageable, it's awesome. Still gonna find a place on the new layout. I'll show you that as we move forward. Next week, hopefully we'll finish gutting that room and moving everything out, and then we're gonna get on to the new stuff. We're gonna build some walls in the new hobby room. We're going to do some bench work and just get going on the dream layout for me. I don't know how else to describe it, but that's what's gonna happen. So listen, this is the kind of stuff we do here on It's My Railroad, and of course our Saturday morning talk show, Track Smack. So if you're into that, why not just subscribe? And then make sure and like and share the video with somebody. And until next time, thank you so much for joining me here today on It's My Railroad. My name is Steve Brown. Rail on, my friends.